Hi everyone, welcome back to Rose Gold Library. And I'm very excited to talk about A Whole New World by Liz Braswell. I unintentionally, I guess I'm going on a journey on reading so many of Liz Braswell's books. It's part of the Twisted Tale series, which they are a good majority of the author that is contributing to my knowledge, I believe. So yes, I'm very excited to talk about A Whole New World, which is based off the Disney movie Aladdin, and it's what if Aladdin had never found the lamp? And I was like, okay, that would be interesting. But it would more accurately be more like what if Jafar got in the lamp rather than Aladdin. But I was like, okay, let's figure this out. So I would be honest, this was like a hit or miss, but it is one of the more darker ones in my opinion, in the sense that it's a lot more deeper understanding of political marriage and all that, and how it would affect. And as you can tell, I was shook, shaken, and yeah, I was blown away from it. So yes, so it's basically just like Aladdin. Young Aladdin was a street rat who didn't believe in magic because of his mom, which was cut from the movie. His mom was actually cut from a movie. Anyways, going back to the book. After his mom passed away, he stopped believing. Never actually believed in magic. And it was just him and Abu out in the world. Jasmine, who's, a princess who wants her freedom, but she's trapped in a search for her husband because she needs a husband to actually be considered royalty before her birthday. And Aladdin was being chased in the courtyard as normal, and then everything happens as what happens in the movie, and then Jafar gets the lamp. Like the scene where Aladdin is going down the steps inside of the sand, like everything's tumbling down. Jafar actually got the lamp instead of like Abu getting it and hiding it. It was kind of funny. And then Jafar gets the lamps, gets the powers, and then as he's meeting the Sultan, being like, I wanna do this, like, Mary Jasmine be the Sultan was like, no, and then he dies. Jafar pushes him off, straight up push him off the tower, and everyone in the city sees him, and like in the kingdom sees him, and he was like, what? So then Jafar uses his power to like make gold rain. Everyone was like, Jafar, he's our man. But then as everything's going on, Jasmine leaves the palace and wants to be in hiding because she wants to rebel and take back her kingdom. She meets a group of rogues. Sorry, I forgot how to speak for a second. And just how she meets the common people and slowly becomes more than just a figurehead for everyone, that she's an actual princess. She's an actual human being who cares for these people. And Jasmine gets to see more of, if I am going to rule, I must be more than this. I must actually pay attention to my subjects. And I find it absolutely interesting how she uses Raja, her tiger, as a symbol for hope. And the genie in this story, it was heartbreaking because in an earlier chapter where she has to pretend to marry Jafar, the wedding dress that she has on was supposedly the genie's wife wedding dress because Jafar wished, or more like command, her to be in the most beautiful dress, and the genie used the exact same dress that his wife wore because he thought it was the most beautiful dress. I had to stop and just straight up sob for a good 2 minutes, just being like, oh no. And if that didn't give you enough information, yeah, that's how the turn goes. And it eventually leads Aladdin meeting up with Jasmine. They go ahead, they gather more people that are new-ish characters because we don't see them in the actual movie because obviously we're not focused on them, but characters that are young and old who are in, I believe, in the real world counterpart or actual, like, oh, this could actually be a real job, or this is how people in that time period potentially interacted with each other. And it ends with Aladdin and people becoming more or less like zombies. Like they had, like some people were coming back to life, which was a thing that no one ever thought could actually happen. So at the end, climax of it all, yeah, no, I'm getting teary up about it. It is a moment of potential sacrifice, and someone had to make a choice. I won't spoil the end though, but obviously it's a Disney book, so they do live happily ever after. But it is their happily ever after. Is it actually a happy ever after? I won't say or spoil, but it's really good. I really highly recommend. My thoughts on this was just the fact that some little bits and pieces, like one of my favorite quotes, is once one of the zombies was an example. It was like 1 page, 1 or 2 pages basically. It's a small chapter, but it was on page 285 where this child, everyone is gawking at it because like, oh, it's essentially a zombie, it's a ghoul, and they were kind of surprised that it's listening to his mother. And the mother, Gulbahar, I don't know how to pronounce it, I'm so sorry, but here's a quote: "Every one of them out there is some mother's son." Gulbahar hissed, "A mother can bring her boy home, in family that she will fight like a tiger, against anyone who tries to stop her." I was kind of like, oh, this is also another kind of theme that's been going on, that like fighting, no one can stop, and just the fact that like, oh, it's very heavy, like we won't stop fighting. So I really took that to heart while reading this. It kind of changed a little bit of the viewpoint, and also how Aladdin is kind of like in the shadow of his mom. So before I forget, I kind of gave this a 3.5 out of 5. The only reason why, it was just kind of like, okay, it wasn't my cup of tea per se, but I did enjoy it. I wouldn't say it would live rent-free, but there were some ups and downs, and I think for this type, I kind of gotten into, it felt very grounded and realistic, which for some people, like, they love it. I think at this moment, if I read it in a different point of time, this would be my favorite book, but I give it a 3.5 for right now. So, other than that, if you like heavy political drama-esque, this is a good book. For me, I would recommend as a so-so. Well, thank you so much. If you have any other books that I should read or recommend, don't forget to put it down below. Goodbye.